Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson here for what is the 2017 Round 1, Season 1 of the iRacing IMSA Series. Good afternoon, everybody. Getting a little ahead of ourselves with the 2017, but still, we are there. Christmas is approaching very, very fast. Seasonal greetings to everybody. Hope you all have a good one. And, a good new year and all that goodness. It's just myself today, so I apologise already before we even start. This is going to be, it's going to be interesting for sure. I'll try and keep up with as much of the action as I can, and I will apologise for some of the pronunciations of names that I'm bound to absolutely butcher at this particular point. We're happy to obviously have covered the IMSA series last season. We're trying to do it again, although we are in a little discussion with iRacing at the moment for the series that they want to cover. So, do make a bit of a shout about it if you want to carry on seeing this broadcast. We might be able to move the schedule, but again, that's something I've got to have a little chat with the guys. I know there's some questions in the chat right now, so if you want us to move it back a time slot, then we might be able to, if that's the general consensus from the community. So qualifying is underway here, and it should be a good race. Of course, Road America, one of the best circuits for racing, to be honest. Just there's something about it, and 3 awesome long straights, a couple of really good overtaking opportunities, and great infield section as well. So quite demanding for the guys that have to set the car up as well. So you need, of course, a lot of straight line speed here, as well as a car that reacts kind of well to sort of long, medium speed corners with the carousel, as well as the slow stuff going into that sort of second sector as well. So should be a really interesting race. We'll see who have gone for the high speed sort of areas of the circuit, and who has gone for more of making that car absolutely planted through the middle of the track, and will be strong coming out of like the carousel, which in turn opens up, I guess, an opportunity for a pass going into Canada corner. Last season, like I said, was a lot of fun, and we're trying to update our new overlay. You may have seen it on the Pro Series, just so it works with all the different classes and things like that. Now we'll carry on working over that over the next couple of weeks, and then once we've got the full sign off from iRacing, this is the series they want us to cover for the rest of the season, then we'll roll that out. So keep an eye out for that. Should be should look good, and should give you a bit more information as well. Taking a look at qualifying right now, LJ Garnett's leading the way. Obviously, we saw LJ do a couple of these races towards the end of last season, so looking good. And Lars Ball in the GT class is leading the way at the moment on that. So with a 2-minute 4.004 was his quickest time so far. So just see if he improves, goes to a 203.718, so a little bit of a buffer over Christian at the moment, who's just about to start another lap as well. Looking a bit further down in the classes, it's Joel who's leading the way there, runs a little bit wide through the kink, and I'm sure he'll pick up an off track for that, but hasn't slowed down, and it looks like Dennis just completed a lap with 211.352, moves himself into provisional pole position there. So pretty close. Servers are about to rock over to the race, so drivers need to get their laps in quickly. Because Joel's retired, so he's not going to get that. He has to concede second. Everybody else looks like they are finishing a lap at the moment. Right, I think that's just about it. Let's take you through the provisional lineup then, and any last minute changes we'll just try and squeeze in. So yeah, LJ does take pole with a 153.958, just 1/1000th of a second ahead there as well. So Andre in third with very, very close qualifying when you look at it. Halabi there fourth, just 0.2 of a second back. Marco in fifth, and Nick Thiessen. just over half a second off. So pretty close in that DP starting grid there. So 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. A little bit further off. Lars obviously taking the pole position, and yeah, it's pretty the GT class, as we always expect, to look pretty close. And something else I need to update there is the gap to class leader. So make sure we get that on the next one. Right, that is your starting grid just gone through on screen. It'll be interesting to see this race, how it's going to unfold. A long outlap here as well, so yeah, it's going to be real painful waiting for this one to roll through. Got any questions or anything like that on the chat you want to ask me, then just post away. I'm trying to keep an eye on it the best I possibly can. Thank you everybody for tuning in. So it's going to be a good grid. 36 cars out there actually, so decent turnout. 3 splits today, and you know, that's awesome to see. Bit of love heading towards the IMSA series. Hopefully we can keep that up. But yeah, interesting now that, of course, the DP not actually in the official IMSA class, and I know I was talking to iRacing just a few days ago, and they were saying how they obviously want to update the series just so they can get them back on board to sort of try and push it from their side as well. So maybe something might be in the works, but I know they certainly want to do something. But yeah, great shot. All the cars lined up. This is going to be fantastic. GT really, you know, that field looks stacked out there as well. Some big names in that, as well as the good turnout for the roughs as well. The C specs. So how many of those have we got out there? 1, 2, 3. That's nine of them in that as well. So yeah, great turnout all round. Considering the Blancpain Endurance Series race clashes with this as well, it's awesome. Marco Mogra not on the grid, so he'll either be starting from pit lane or won't be starting at all. Yeah, not really sure what's gone on for Marco there. No sign of him. I didn't see him leave or disconnect or anything like that, but could easily have happened. Worth pointing out, we are seeing since this latest build as well, we are seeing, well actually this is the first time I'm seeing the new safety car, but we are seeing with the large packs a little bit of sort of initial stutter as well. So hopefully that's something we can look at, but not quite sure what's caused that. But yeah, all of a sudden it's there. So we'll try and work on that and improve that. But yeah, just bear with. As soon as the pack starts to spread out apart on the stream, it'll just it'll catch up. Interesting to see that LJ has joined Radicals, it would appear. So I don't know if it's still showing. No, it's not, fortunately. Obviously, up and left Friction moved on to Radicals. Awesome job from him. Definitely a very good driver. A couple of his teammates in this race as well. Paul Ilbrink. Paul having a little break from the World Championship Series, doing a little bit of GT driving as well. So got a bit of work to do. Currently sat there in 4th place on the grid. Just having a look a bit further back. Russ. So it's going to be it'll be a good race, I think, even for those guys. Bit of traffic management, short race really, so shouldn't be too bad. Long old track is interesting line on the outlap. But yeah, so long track, it just means that they can have a bit more of a race, so not permanently bugged by traffic. So gonna be yeah, gonna be good. Almost as good as what you get off something like Le Mans, for example, if we do head that way for this one. See Mr. Woodhouse in the chat. Hello, sir. Alright, just about to get ready for this one then. Try and keep an eye on this start. Still no sign of Mogrant, so he clearly having issues that are going to keep him out of this one, so that's a shame. When will LJ launch this one? Just backing the pack up a little bit. Pace car's about to duck on in. There it goes. LJ's waiting. There he goes. Steps on it, and Alabi got a bit of a poor start, and he's going to lose a place here, I think. Yeah, everybody filtering through. Oh, collision there, and around, away we go. Alabi around, poor start. Have a look back at the GTs as well. They're all scrambling through, trying to avoid the stricken DP out there. But they've made a nice clean start, no real issues. Go back and we look at the roughs. And again, they're scrambling, so almost 3 wide going into turn 2. Good start from them, no issues. That's who was that? Just a little bit loose on the exit of 2 there. I think that may well have been Joel there. Got a poor exit, so great start all round for this race. They scramble into probably the biggest braking zone of the circuit. Definitely more aggressive to brake down there than it is for Canada Corner. But Lars looks like he's settled in nicely, building a bit of a lead to Christian, who's behind him. Paul Ilbrink slots in 3rd. So got Corsim Racing in 2nd, Radicals in 3rd. Sorry, Lars, I'm not entirely sure who you drive for. I'm sure someone in the chat can let me know. Marco in his DP dropping down there. He is spun around, trying to get it recovered before the roughs come around. Up front, LJ still leading the way. Built himself about a 0.6 of a second lead in that opening lap. Andrea 2nd. Just following LJ, just trying to get as much of the draft as possibly he can. Gianni in 3rd. So top 3 just breaking away at the moment. They've got 3.5 second gap already over Thiessen, who is under a little bit of pressure right now, down into turn 2. Benedict just trying to get on by. This is going to be a good battle. Has to tuck back into the slipstream. Just 4 cars there that you could throw a blanket over. They're all trying to separate themselves apart. How is this one going to pan out? This could be really interesting. Oh, there's a little lockup going in there. Still side by side, great battle. And close battling going on in GT as well. If it's just sort of sorts itself out, we'll go and head over there and have a little look. But still, side by side. I think Nick has just about held on to this so far. He's still defending though. Not quite as confident on the brakes, but gets the apex just right. Should be able to slot in for the carousel and maintain that 4th place. 5.6 seconds now is the gap that he has to the front 3. So just goes to show when you battle that hard, exactly how much time you lost or you lose. And if we head back to, like I say, the GT3s, they seem to have calmed themselves down just a little bit from what I saw. But some extremely close racing going on out there right now. Bit of separation, but still, if we have a quick look at the C-Spec, Corti out front, we've seen him be very, very strong in previous races as well, so made his way to the front, got himself a half a second lead here. Justin Hope, we've seen him as well in many a broadcast that we've done, so looking to move himself back forward. Lovely livery on that as well, currently sat in P4 to move forward to see if he gets a run on Marcel, who's just ahead of him right now. .3 of a second, tucked up in the slipstream, of course. Marcel's got that draft from the front as well, so he should be able to defend. And it actually looks like Justin's slightly down on top speed as well, because the gap's gone slightly up down that straight, even though he was tucked right underneath the rear wing. So he's going to really struggle to get it done. They'll obviously trim that car out just a little bit. Going on at the front. LJ still trying to stretch away. Gianni just can't quite keep up, it would appear. 158.0 for him. The guys ahead, 157.2s, so 0.8 of a second quicker. So, but right now he's in a comfortable third position. Just needs to try and stay with them the best he can, because these guys behind are still absolutely fighting it out, tooth and nail. Nick having to defend for pretty much everything he's got right now. Last few laps of all the lap times are massively off, and that's just really because he's having to defend all over the place. It's what's keeping this pack really bunched back up. One mistake here from anyone, and I could see you drop to the back of that. And talking of a mistake, I think Jake's going to have an opportunity for a run here, and actually has completed the pass. Benedict on our right side, drops back in on the draft. Has a little look into turn one. That's a late move, but thought Jake saw him come in and give him a little bit of room, but didn't in the end, and just sort of gets nerfed off the track. Got to be alive to those, although it's probably not his fault. Do need to give just a little bit of room, because it ultimately ends your race. He's right at the back of this pack now, and 5.8 seconds down. Going on with the GTs. Front guys really are just sort of spreading apart a little bit at the moment. Excuse me. They're about a second apart from each of them as well, and stretching away from sort of like the chasing group. No issues there. Paul, interestingly, running the BMW around here, and obviously we all know the BMW just a little bit slow in a straight line, so doing a great job. You won't want to lose the draft of these GT3s. There's a lot of time available if you can just tuck in to the draft with the BMW. Can obviously carry that much more speed through the corners, even with the extra weight that they've put on the car with the well, not the last build, but the build before that. Bit further back, Thomas here just tucked up behind Kieran Peace. Kieran himself behind Vales. Good split of cars out there, which is what I always like to see. There's nothing worse when everyone's driving exactly the same car. Who's that in the GT3? Having a little look. That was Thomas who we saw. He's going to be late on the brakes. Definitely a strong point for the BMW. Can't quite get that move completed. But yeah, definitely signaling his intent. So another run like that really. Oh well, no need. That's the place. So that was yeah, that was Kieran. He's into the wall big time, facing the wrong way. Traffic streaming by. He's going to really struggle. I think that I almost think that's not worth it. The car looks absolutely destroyed. Just making it a little bit worse as well by reversing back into the wall. Daniel Buck just a 0.3 of a second behind Joel right now. Joel not really doing as well as I thought he was going to, based off the pace of qualifier drop back, and he's 2.1 seconds behind third right now, so front two stretching away. I think Joel just coming under a bit more pressure, and he's more looking behind him rather than what's going on towards the in front of him, and nothing worse than that. Just upsets your rhythm and has to let one of the prototype cars through. But yeah, good little 3-car battle here as well. Dennis and right at the back of that little group. So keep an eye on that, see how that goes on. Head back up to the front, because LJ just can't seem to break away at the minute. It's not going to be long until they start to come up on traffic going down the main straight now, and we just saw the C-Specs doing exactly that. So definitely got an opportunity once they get into the draft. 0.6 of a second back that last time by, just a hair quicker than LJ as well. So this race is going to go down to who can manage the traffic better. Really nothing between them at the moment. Jake Robson obviously was involved in that crash just the last lap. He is actually catching up the cars in front of him as well, so he should be able to make his way back through. Front guys in the GT have got a little bit of DP traffic coming back through. That's Marco just recovering after his spin coming out of the kink on lap 1. So costly. It's the only thing I can say about multi-class racing though. When you have something like that and you're miles away from the pack, at least obviously you kept busy and you kept entertained, because there's all these other cars that you've got to negotiate. But he's about to clear the GT class here. That's that done, and he's 9th overall, and we'll be looking to see if he can do anything about the guys ahead. I mean, he is lapping about a second quicker, so maybe towards the end of this race we may well see him get back in towards the pack and trying to get some moves. Luca, what are you up to right now? Just 0.2 of a second behind Matt Shinosky. Shinosky coming under a bit of pressure. Is he going to feel the need to defend? He doesn't, so Luca does make a little look to the inside. Like I said, one of the greatest braking opportunities on this circuit. Good move there. Gets the car stopped even though he's tucked up on the inside. No issues. Hooks up with the apex and completes that pass. That moves Luca up to 13th place in class. What else is going on out there as well? Marcel still trying to close in on Carvalho. Just ahead of him, which we can see. Gets a great run through there. That's where the BMW strength is. Of course, it's got a little bit more downforce, so it's good through the kink. It's got the slipstream now, the extra speed. Does need to be aggressive on the brakes, but just ahead, Nilton decides, place my car bang in the middle. It's going to make it extremely difficult. And Marcel just not willing to commit a move right up the inside at this point. But definitely, I think he can see something, see an opportunity there to do that, even if it's maybe around the outside or something like that. But good defending there for Carvalho. Daniel Buck still trying to get that move done. 0.2 of a second. See if he can do anything going into to Canada corner in that Fuji liveried rough. Does look quite nice, I have to say. Simple, but nice. 0.1 of a second back. Oh, is he going to do a late move? Oh, no, he doesn't. Stops from nerfing Joel in front of him as well. This great little battle, and you consider the leaders are still very much intact with them as well, having their own little battle. So Corti, we've seen him be very strong before, but Marcel able to hold on to him, so trying to break the draft the best he can. So got battles in pretty much every class at the moment. Is exactly what we wanted to see. I'll just chime in with the chat. conversation as well that I've not heard anything on any sort of release date as well. We're talking dirt on iRacing right now. I mean, we all looking forward to that. I mean, I'm obviously hoping more for the sort of the rallycross side of things. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, no news. Right, what's going on at the front then as well? Here they come. The prototype starting to make their way through the traffic. This is going to make this battle just a little bit more interesting. Half an hour of this race to go, 15 gone. And all of a sudden, now we're in the position where anything can change very, very quickly. One check up here or there because of a back marker. And yeah, it's all on. Drivers need to be absolutely on their toes. LJ getting through there, gets the car in between. Oh, a little nerf. So Joel just getting a tap from behind. Has to concede. That's going to allow Buck, I think, maybe an opportunity to get through. What's going on through the kink as well? The cars just stream through there, through the leaders as well in the C-Spec class as well. Doesn't upset those too much, but definitely Andrea got an opportunity side by side. It's going to be late braking. Both drivers managed to get through. Andrea racing for Blackadder, I think I can just see on that car as well. So Blackadder and Radicals going at it out there. That was great racing. No change of position. Daniel Buck side by side around the outside of the final corner. Does he get pushed out wide a little bit? Might have enough of a run here though. Tucks back into the slipstream. Definitely his best opportunity. He's forced to go around the outside. Get out of the way, overlay, so we can actually see the overtake. Oh, this is great. Squeeze him a little bit on the inside just to try and carry the momentum round. Does a great job. He's got it, but doesn't get quite the exit he wants. Joel coming back at him on the inside towards turn 2. Both try. Oh, that's so close. Just inches apart right now. Avoiding each other. Great driving. And Buck manages to complete the overtake for the moment, but again is vulnerable going down and into, well, what I call turn 3, but I'm sure on iRacing it's classed as turn 5. Late braking. And yeah, Buck holds on to it this time, so took him a few laps to get that done. Used the traffic when it came into favour, and yeah, he's up and through and now into third place. We'll see what he can do about the front two. They're still just 1/10 of a second apart. Taking a quick look at what's going on in GT3s as well. So top 3, Lars, Christian and Paul. Still pretty close to each other, but certainly Lars has pulled away a little bit, and Paul now really starting to put the pressure on. Just 0.3 of a second behind. Struggling a little bit with his BMW to make the move. Like I say, I think, you know, we've seen already a couple of guys have the best opportunity comes with the BMW through the kink. They're able to carry that extra speed through there with the extra downforce that this car has, and going into Canada corner. They with this battle just see what can go on. The leaders are very close, and the DP once again just 0.3 of a second as they're still going through traffic at the moment. Paul getting a good exit out of the carousel. Maybe an opportunity this time. Again, carrying more speed through that kink. Just not quite enough. He hasn't really closed in. Just 0.3 of a second behind. It would have to be a very late move if he decides to go for it. Doesn't at all. Doesn't even show his nose. So, wants to make sure when he does go for it that Christian is expecting it. But yeah, of course, in racing, and Radical's drivers, both very strong. No, we got collision. Bit further back. I think that was 2 in class actually as well. Yeah, so the Matthew and Benedict hitting each other there. Let's take a quick look, see if we can find exactly what happened on replay, because bit of traffic in front of them. Oh yeah, exactly that, just late braking, just a little touch, that's all it was. And yeah, everybody else in managed to avoid it. Oh, scramble up the hill, but just the drivers involved. All going on right there as well. That's so Joel actually managed, with all of that shenanigans going on, managed to get back up and is now actually second in class. So that must have been just in front of what were the leaders there as well, because Marcel is down and into third place, and we saw him have to check up to avoid hitting these guys, and yeah, he's down now in fourth overall. So be a bit frustrated with that. The leader, Leonardo, is now free and clear and can just sort of stretch his legs, not under pressure. But yeah, as we've seen, anything like that can happen. You can just as easy switch. What it has done is give us a great little 3-car battle. They do just separate apart just a moment. Everybody really has sort of broke apart enough of a gap. There's just a few tenths, half second here, second there. No one really in a position to make any sort of overtake. It's the lull before the storm, as it would be. Just under 25 minutes of this race to go. Marco into the pits. He decides he's going to be the first one to jump. Came in thinking about it, I think, but decides not this time. He's going to get just into turn 1. Oh, that's late, but I think the prototype's going to get through, no problem. And after all of the swap around as well, who are we missing? So Daniel dropped all the way down and he's like 10 seconds back. A real shocking lap time for him. So got a bit of damage on the front of his car. So yep, what was our third place sitter seems to have had some issues and yeah, struggling now. So that's unfortunate for him. He's having a great race, great battle with Joel earlier on. And it's pretty much relentless pressure for him, because all of a sudden behind him, Marcel right there as well. Did lose that, like I say, that little bit of time. Just been a fraction quicker throughout this race. He was edging away at the start. Oh, comes out of that corner, just getting a bit of a drift on. Doesn't lose the car. Did look good. Back towards the front again. These guys still just the 0.6 of a second apart. Coming up into the GT3 field. A little lull while they were working their way, or had worked their way through the C-specs, shall we say. So everybody else in class at the moment is pretty much spread apart. No real issues. Nick now, Thiessen in 4th place. He's not really got any pressure, and now that he's been able to settle into a rhythm, has been able to build an 8.9 second lead. It's actually Jake Robson now in 5th place. So Jake showing reasonable pace, and everybody else just slipping slowly back. But yeah, up front, Lars Ball, still just very comfortable at the moment. He's about 3 or 4 tenths of a second quicker than the guys behind him. We must have missed the overtake Paul makes his way up and into second place. Let me just see if that was on this lap, because that'd be great. No, it's been and gone. We'll go back one more. Trying to find it. Now it's a little while ago, I'm afraid, guys, so get it back to live. But yeah, looking at his lap times, he's still, Paul, now that he's clear, he's still 0.4 of a second off, so I can just see the gap on the GT3 is just growing and growing and growing, unless we have some sort of traffic issue involved in it. Really, the battle on circuit that interests me most right now is Fassbender closing in on the back of Joel. I really hope that he can get back into a second. A couple of guys just behind him deciding to jump into the pits as well. A few in, ready to top up. But yeah, Marcel been very, very quick. What was the difference that time by? So a 2 minutes 11, actually lost 1/10 of a second in fact, so still within half a second, but just not quite what he needs. I don't know if he did make contact. I can't see any damage on the car. The car looks good. Yep, nothing at all. So he managed to avoid what was going on with the DPs just around this corner about 5 or 6 laps ago. Under 20 minutes. Maybe a strategic pit stop. Get an undercut and away. Closes back in towards half a second. Halabi retired. It would appear. Oh no, back away, just into the pits, it would seem. So all the way down in 31st place overall. So Paul Ilbrink has pitted from second place, so has Lars as well. Slightly better stop from Paul, closed in about a second over that as well, and Christian had a good stop as well, 0.4 of a second quicker than Paul. So lots of people in the pits now, especially in GT3s, just trying to sort themselves out. We'll try and see if there's been any position changes afterwards. The gap up front really started to spread apart. So I think for Andrea, we definitely need some traffic out there right now just to get in the way of LJ and slow him up a bit. But yeah, he's looking comfortable. Not really looked like he's been in any sort of pressure at all during this race. It's been close, but seems like he's been in control all the time. Yeah, car looks good as well, planted pretty much everywhere, so you know, the high speed's medium, so good setup underneath him right now. Few drivers jumping into the pits behind as well. In fact, both of them jumping in. I missed that. So leaders in. Let's stay with this just to see if anything changes. Who's going to risk it on the fuel just to take a couple of clicks less? That may well just get one of the header. I say Andreas needs an absolute pit stop of his life here if he's going to jump him. In comes Gianni as well. And away. So Andrea is leading out the pits, a 10.2 second stop compared to LJ's 12.2. So really, that's quite a difference. Gianni gets a 11.6. So I don't think he's as light on fuel as we think he might be, Andrea, out there. But still, that is quite short. So let's hope he hasn't gone too far. Might be able to do some fuel saving. Been tucked up in the draft, of course, all race long. So maybe he just needed to put, you know, a few clicks less, and that's made all the difference. So there might even be on exactly the same amount of fuel now, and all that fuel saving has allowed him to do that. That undercut in the pits. We'll see how quick LJ is now. Nothing worse than being jumped in the pit stop. The feeling just really, you're so gutted to see that car just get going before you are. Well, the race is certainly going to be on. Out front in GT3s, ours just pulling away. 7.5 second. Had a good pit stop. Ball did close in, but it's just really had nothing for him. And losing about half a second a lap at the moment. Marcel Heyman trying to close in on Johannes there as well. So I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look. Issues for Daniel Buck as well. He's retiring by the looks of it. See if we can see what that was all about. Just bring it into the pits. He has as well. He's just retired into the pits. Nothing more. Hit the deck there as well as he was pitting. But yeah, he's just brought it in and just pulled it up. So, a bit unfortunate. 3 minutes 30 in the pits so far. Oh well. Well, Daniel, he's having such a good race too. But yeah, back to this battle with Heyman. Audi versus BMW. Definitely not a combination I would think you'd want to be in Marcel's shoes right now, trying to get past the Audis very, very fast in a straight line. But it seems like it can be done. Paul managed to get himself past. Christian, no problem, and there's not a lot of difference between the Audi and the Merc in far as raw little straight line speed goes. While we're watching this, LJ's close to within 0.7 of a second of the lead. But that battle's going to start to hot up right now. Leaders of the C-Spec class are into the pits as well. No change of position or anything for those guys right now. Doesn't seem like Heyman can get close enough to sort of make a move. See what LJ can do then. He's got just 13 minutes roughly to get this done. Got 0.7 of a second gap to close last time by. The difference is on lap time. A 1:28.3 for our leader. And a 1:57.896 for LJ. So yeah, a good. What's that? Good. Well, that's not quite half a second, but not far off. These flash on as well. All important really for our leader. Really, that at this point that he gets through that traffic as quickly as possible. Can't afford to be held up. Seems like we have one of the roughs there. The C-Spec class weren't exactly happy with that move. A flash at LJ. Oh, gonna get delayed here. And this battle well and truly back on around the outside of the carousel. Goes both prototypes past the C-Spec and around the outside of the GT3 as well. Just goes to show the kind of performance that they've got. LJ had to sort of cut back to get that done as well, so he lost a little bit of time. He was right up close as well. You thought maybe an opportunity for a move into Canada corner, but yeah, unfortunately that's gone away. A little bit of traffic there though. That is, I think that's Joel, isn't it, in the in his C-Spec? Yes, it is. and it's just a little bit in the way. Oh, LJ has to brake to avoid hitting him as well, and again, time lost. So things like they're getting all the luck with the traffic right now, and Garnett having to pull some moves to keep up with him. Still nothing going on in GT3. There's a few little individual battles going on that we've been covering throughout this race, but no one's really making moves. This is the closest Marcel's been. Top 3 still Lars, Paul, and Christian. Bit of traffic going on, position changes out there, but that was just different classes coming through. Marcel just really does not have the speed at all. Really struggling. Looks like Dennis close to his teammate as well. So Dennis and Justin out there, separated by just half a second. So not much between those lads. Having a bit of fun. Who will come out on top? We'll wait and see. Wonder if there's any team orders there. Back to the lead battle. Four-tenths of a second. Good afternoon, Mr. Warmington, as well. Good to see you in the chat. Been a little while since we've seen you racing the DP as well. I know you used to do a fair chunk of this. I don't know if you drove the car recently. Wondered how it had changed. Oh, here comes LJ. Got a great run. Good slipstream. Just a little bit too far back to make a move. Less than 10 minutes to go of this race as well. It really has flown by. Not gonna lie, that's not a bad thing because I know I've got a Sunday dinner waiting for me. But yeah, LJ seems to have a little bit more straight line speed as well. I know obviously the draft making quite a difference, but there's quite a big overspeed there that we didn't see when it was reversed. So definitely got an opportunity to make a move. Where's the next bit of traffic? I can't really see anything at the moment around them. Have a look as we go down the straight. Now they've got a little while just to go at this, so good opportunity for LJ. I want to get this done now. Last thing he wants in the last sort of like 6 minutes of this race is a whole bunch of traffic that really stops him from making a move. Couple of laps just to get close. Missed the apex there. Just the slipstream and the speed just caught him out a fraction. It's amazing these guys have been separated by less than a second pretty much all race long. Very, very close on qualifying, of course. Just a 4,000th of a second separating them. I think when you see that sort of time, you realise how close they are. It's always good to see that it wasn't just sort of like a one-off lap and they were separated by sort of 2-3 tenths of a second in the race, but actually they're that close as well. But yeah, not the best of exit through the carousel that time for Garnett, so no opportunity to make a move into Canada corner. 9 tenths of a second is the gap. Just go through and take a quick look at the top 3 in class. All the classes. We'll start off with the GTs. As Ilbrink, having to brake pretty aggressively into Canada to avoid hitting one of the C-specs. But yeah, big separations now really out there in most of the classes. So 40 looking very comfortable. I think he had a bit of pressure from Fassbender earlier on, but once there was the mistake from the DPs ahead, he's really not been able to do much with it, and Joel's really been able to sort of consolidate his position. Just 1.6 seconds separate them. You can see them both on track coming up the hill at the moment. So yeah, anything can happen, I guess, with that position. But Justin as well, he's only 1.5 seconds behind those guys, so and lapping actually quicker. The last few laps considerably quicker as well. So that was some like 2 seconds. I'm guessing that's traffic, but still, if he can maintain an improvement, something like that, even with traffic. Oh, well, who is that? That's Joel around. Just deep into turn 2, finds himself in the kitty litter. And yeah, just need to get a replay of that. I'm not really sure what happened. Did he get tagged? Sent in there? Oh, the prototype there. Tell me it wasn't anything to do with that. No, he's going to be gone. But just a mistake from Joe. Ah, he must have just caught the grass going into the corner. Locks up the rear wheel. Around he goes. Recovers the car. But just sets him back. And that's 4th place now overall for him. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Just goes to show one little mistake. Oh, LJ all over the grass on the exit of the carousel. Not the best. Oh, and again through the kink. He's trying hard. But that was a replay. Let's get back to live. As he's having a look down and into turn 1. Shows his nose. Really trying to put the pressure on now. Under 5 minutes to go here at Road America. Alex Simpson for Apex Racing TV. The iRacing IMSA series is your strength for field race. 3 splits, so I imagine the points are going to be pretty decent here as well. And yeah, Apex Racing TV will be covering this series for the rest of the season. Give us some feedback, let us know how we're doing, what you want to see improved. Certainly I know we should be up to a full 3-man team for the rest of the series. Always a bit awkward this time of the year. Looks like we just lost Matthew Epstein as well. He's dropping down the timing screens. Finds himself second from last in class at the moment. So another one of the DPs has gone. Marco Mogren, obviously in the chat. Marco, tell me what happened to you at the start. All of a sudden you were there and then you weren't there. So. Three minutes 30 to go, not long, just a couple of laps really for LJ to get this done. Nothing else is going on out there right now. We're going to stick with this battle all the way to the end. On board with LJ. Let's just see how much of a speed, like I say, just starts to close in. There's the draft really kicking in now. Gets closer and closer and closer. Goes to the outside, late on the brakes, round the outside. Can he make this stick? Oh, he can't, not quite. Great driving from both drivers not to cause contact. Don't hit each other now. You've had such a fantastic race. Little network glitch there. Good exit from both drivers. Fantastic one from Andrea actually, and that's allowing him just to pull away a little bit. I don't know if LJ's going to be able to get this done. It's going to be late on the brakes. He's going to dive to the inside. Has a little look. Shows his nose, but nothing comes of it this time. Using all the track as they exit turn 5. Everybody does. Nothing wrong with that. It's a little bit bumpy, so you do have to be a bit careful through there. Getting a little bit of push. Some traffic ahead. One of the Audis. And get out of the way in no time, I'm sure. Well, actually, they'll just drive around him on the carousel. Be it the downforce difference in the cars. Amazing. Just look at that. No contest whatsoever. Better exit for LJ that time, but he's half a second back. I don't think he's going to get close enough to do a move into Canada corner. No, he's not. So one more lap really to go. It's the timing counter gets to about 1 minute and 30, so the white flag will come out this time by. Not going to make it around for another one. Nowhere near. Right then, just to take stock in what's going on in the other classes, this is the last lap here. So Lars is still in first. Paul Ilbrink is second in the GT3s, followed by Christian. Leonardo leading the way. Dennis up into second place now, and Justin hop in third in the C-Spec. So back with this battle right at the front in the DPs, and well, Andrew not got the exit he quite wanted there. 0.6 of a second back. He really needs to get as close as possible. He needs to nail this second sector of the circuit so that he's got an opportunity for a move into Canada. That's going to be his final opportunity to get it done. Been a great race. No issues on fuel. We'll wait and see. That 10.2 second stop could come to bite him here. If he starts to cough and splutter going up the hill. Little moment for LJ, just quick correction. No real issues, closes in again. Less than half a second separate them now. So they work their way through the carousel. Such a demanding corner on the cars. White flag indeed has come out. But a little bit of traffic, that's probably not what our leader wanted to see. Perfect for LJ. Maybe an opportunity. Nope, both are going to be well and truly clear before that. LJ having to sort of go offline to do it, but this is a great battle. Not sure where the rest of the pack is at the moment. We're going to hold on to this. Like I say, the only thing that could really help LJ now is fuel. Have we got enough fuel in that number 11 machine? Get across the start-finish line. We certainly... No, we have not! We have not got enough fuel. LJ takes it on the line. Wow. Would you believe it? Thought he had it. Wow, what can you say? That's a crazy finish. Where is our... Well, the leaders have got a little while in the other class. Lard's going to come through. No pressure whatsoever from Paul Ilbrink behind him. He's 9.1 seconds back. I'm sorry guys, I hate it when I'm right about things like fuel and things like that as well. So crazy great finish, but what a win for Lars as well. Great drive, no pressure, didn't make a single mistake. Picks up the lead, picks up the winning class. But yeah, Paul come through with a good second. Where is Leonardo? Here he comes as well. Corti, again, had a little bit of pressure at the start of this race, but nothing really that he couldn't handle. And yeah, comes across, takes victory. Great job from him. Dennis will come across in second. Really out of nowhere, these the two teammates here find themselves in second and third, and Justin's actually under a bit of pressure. Will he be able to hold on to this podium? No, it looks like he's out of fuel as well. Everybody getting it just a little bit wrong. So Joel was going to pick up that third place after making the mistake. Just a few laps to go. Hop, is he going to make it across the start finish line? Yes, he will, but well, you nearly got a shove to get him across, but he'll finish in fourth. He'll be gutted with that as well, fuel. But no, this man will be more gutted than anything, I think. Great decision to obviously get it as close as you can on fuel, but as it ended out, it was just one more click. That's all he needed, and that would have got him across the start-finish line with the win. So what a fantastic race. And yeah, podium positions being decided in two of the classes literally on the way up the hill. So nothing worse than Road America when you're a bit tight on fuel. That uphill, when that car starts to splutter, it's an absolute killer because it just kills your momentum. Had that been flat, I think he might well have just held on to that. It would have been super close, but in the end, LJ drove a good race, didn't try anything too rash, was there, and he made sure that, importantly, he had enough fuel in the car. Right, let's just quickly run through your final sort of overall classifications before, again, that's something I know that we need to bring in is the class as well. I've been saying that for a little while, and I will get the class results done. Get the new overlay up and running. But yeah, great battle all round there. And Nick Thiessen in 4th place. He was under a lot of pressure from the start, but held on to that as well. GT3 class as well. Pretty good battles throughout that. It was fairly close, but ultimately the top 3 really just too fast for anybody else, and they just pulled away throughout that race. Leonardo, like I say, great run from him. Dennis picked up a really good 2nd place. Just a strong drive from him. Really didn't make any mistakes, and that's really why he was there. Joel, very good pace, probably as quick as our leader, but ultimately just made a few too many mistakes, and that's why he finds himself in 3rd. But he'll still be happy with a podium after picking up that spot right at the end there. Right, guys, that's about all we've got time for. I do apologise, no real interviews or anything this week, but big fun race. Been yeah, a lot of pleasure to call this one. Hopefully, we'll be back to a full 3-man team for the next one. But I've been Alex Simpson. It's been the iRacing IMSA series. Congratulations to all of the winners. We'll see you next week. And yeah, like I say, post on our little thread in the IMSA if you want us to change the time. We'll see what we can do there, and just obviously make sure that iRacing know that you guys still want this broadcast to happen. Right, thank you very much all, and we'll see you soon. Have a good weekend, and if I don't see you or you hear from me before, have a nice Christmas. See you all.